That there are lines forming and things, of course this is anecdotal, this is us on the ground, do seem to be picking up in some parts of Joburg, in some parts of Soweto, given the projections right now of an absolutely dismal voter turnout. The IEC is concerned, the political parties, anyone interested in democracy in South Africa. All right, let's go to Nonhlanhla Jele. She is reporting from Mpumalanga. Tell us where you are and what you can see in terms of how busy the stations are, and tell us about the issues that voters are talking about.
Good evening to you and to our viewers at home. We are actually back at the Mpumalanga local municipality, which is in the Sibande district municipality in Ermelo, Mpumalanga. As you can see behind me, not much is happening in this voting station. We actually had a slow start this side of the province, with just one or two people making their way to the voting stations. And as we drove around, some voting stations were literally dry. There was nobody coming in or going out until 8 o'clock, until 9 o'clock in the morning. But there was one in particular in the same local municipality where political parties literally showed a united front. They turned the street in front of that voting station into a stage where they were dancing and singing to the struggling songs, but also they were encouraging people to go in and vote. But another thing that happened this side of the province is that we met up with the MEC of Community Safety, Security and Liaison, Shongwe, when he was visiting one of the farms in the area, and he said to us, we asked him why this farm in particular, or why is he conducting on-site visits to ensure that there's safety and security. And he said to us that in the past they've had issues with security. People coming to vote were getting intimidated. So he had to come and make sure that things are okay this side. But then we also had to move to another local municipality in the same district. We moved to Mkondo, and there was a Ward 13 had two issues with their voting stations. In one station they opened 3 hours later in the morning because protesters had closed that voting station. Their issue in that ward was that they got demarcated, so they got moved from Ward 14 to Ward 13. They were not happy about that, and they said to us that part of the reason they are not happy is that they don't get jobs. Tenders get given to people that are not part of their area, so they just see development happening. Sometimes development is not even happening. Another issue in the same ward, Ward 13 in Mkondo local municipality, the station had to close because there was an issue with the ballot paper. Independent candidates were not on the list. So it turns out that IEC actually delivered a box that was supposed to go to Nonhlanhla Jele to Mkondo, so they couldn't find their names. So they had to close down the station and deliberate on a way forward. We understand that the IEC in the province is going to make a decision as to what is going to happen with that regard. But we do know that the 30 people that voted in that ward, their ballot papers are not going to be included and are not going to be counted. So after a couple of hours, they had to reopen so that people can start making their way. But as you can see behind me, not much activity is happening in this station, in particular in the Mpumalanga local municipality in Ermelo. Actually, we were told that they expected a large number of people to come, but only a small number of people turned out. And their issues in most cases this side obviously include service delivery, no water, no electricity, unemployment. And as we had said, and we have seen on the ground, and we have been this side, we have been told that one of the issues is nepotism. During the special votes, one old lady said to us that nepotism is an issue in this region. People don't get hired. Their grandchildren don't get hired. So those are some of their issues. They're looking for jobs. They're looking for water. Sewage is also an issue in this area. The roads are bad because of sewage, so they're not literally getting any services.
Let's go now to Mahlako Kamane.